Randy Orton is coming back at Survivor Series this week, and we are hyped for it. So as a special little tribute to Randy Orton, because Randy Orton is one of my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time, and I'm excited for his comeback. I can't wait to see it. There are rumors strongly that, he may not even be able to wrestle again. A couple of months ago, it was a strong possibility that, he may have had to retire, but he's coming back. We get to see it. So I'm going to do my top 10 best Randy Orton matches in WWE that he's had so far. And I'm just going to do these by years. I tried to put them in order, but it was just too hard for me to put them in order, so I'm not going to put them in any particular order, but I'm just do them by years, and I really appreciate the support for the channel. The channel continues to grow. Before we start, though, make sure you hit that subscribe button, share, comment, like, all the above, and turn those notifications on, because if you like pro wrestling, you're at the right channel, man. So let's dive into it. My top 10 best Randy Orton matches so far of his career, and this list may change over time. I mean, he's coming back to wrestle again for who knows how long, so there may be some newer matches that may make this list, but as for now, these are the 10. Let's start with Backlash 2004, the hardcore match against Mick Foley. I call this Randy Orton's tough guy match. I feel like in a lot of people's minds, this was Randy Orton's coming out match to where a lot of people just saw, the potential for him to be a big star for years to come, because he'd already been in Evolution, was Intercontinental Champion and everything. They were grooming him to be, one of the next big stars. But after his performance in this hardcore match, because in hardcore matches, Mick Foley's gonna do crazy stuff. He's gonna bring out the barbed wire. He's gonna bring out the thumbtacks, you know what I'm saying? And Randy Orton took a beating in this match, but he won and survived. And I think after this match, a lot of people felt Randy Orton was destined for greatness. An underrated Intercontinental Championship match here, man. Vengeance 2004 against Edge. I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this match enough, man. This is one of the best Intercontinental Championship matches, I believe, in WWE history, and I strongly believe it is a top 10 Randy Orton match of all time. I mean, if you haven't seen it, you can go back and watch it. Vengeance 04, Edge versus Randy Orton, man. They wrestled for, oh my gosh, it had to be over 30 minutes, man. I mean, they wrestled for damn near a long time in this match, and they put on a banger, man. Instant classic. This was also another match where, even though Randy Orton lost, I feel like a lot of people were like, yeah, that Randy Orton, man, you better watch out for him because he's on the rise. Going into the year 2005 now, WrestleMania 21, one of the best WrestleManias ever, hands down, and this match against The Undertaker, Legend versus Legend Killer, was a masterpiece. First off, pairing these two together for this WrestleMania was genius. Randy Orton was the Legend Killer, Undertaker's the Ultimate Legend. What better way for Randy Orton to try to become the Ultimate Legend Killer than killing the Ultimate Legend? Beautiful story right there itself. And I mean, the streak was still alive around that time, so there was a lot of hype behind this match too. And my gosh, I mean, Randy Orton and Undertaker had great chemistry. They did not disappoint. They also had a great feud in the year 05 as well. Had other great matches, but their best match together still, to me, was the one that they had at WrestleMania. When Undertaker went for that choke slam, and then, Randy Orton countered into an RKO midair. That was sick. One of the greatest RKOs still to this day. I'm really excited to talk about this match because WrestleMania 24, also one of the best WrestleManias ever. The Ruthless Aggression era had zero misses when it came to WrestleManias, man. All the WrestleManias in the era were bangers. But this match right here in particular, the triple threat for the WWE Championship. Randy Orton versus Triple H versus John Cena. Now, the match was great, but the importance of this match, I feel like, is overlooked a little bit because this was a big standing out match for Randy Orton. This match really solidified Randy Orton to me as a true main event guy. Before this, he was a top star, but this was really solidified him as a main event guy because John Cena was coming back from his injury, and before he got injured, he was WWE champion for 380 days, had a monster reign as champion. They called him Super Cena for a reason, right? Then he had to relinquish the championship because he got injured. When he came back, he won the Royal Rumble, and I think a lot of people were really expecting John Cena to win that championship at WrestleMania. Triple H was the wild card because he had won the Elimination Chamber, so some people, I think, expected Triple H, maybe he could win, but very few people thought Randy Orton was going to walk out with that WWE Championship. Very few people. Very few. If people were betting money on this match, majority of the bets would have been on John Cena because you for sure thought John Cena was winning this match, but Randy Orton won. And that's one of the most shocking moments, still to this day to me, in WrestleMania history, because I definitely did not think Randy Orton was walking out with that championship. But it was the right decision to have Randy walk out with that championship because, like I said, it solidified him as a true main event guy. Beating two of the top guys in the company when people didn't even believe he had a chance to win the match to begin with. Walked in WWE champion, walked out WWE champion, man. The Age of Orton run was awesome. And this right here, I still believe is one of the top 10 best Randy Orton matches for his importance and match quality. This is the best John Cena and Randy Orton match they've had together, and I strongly believe that. Bragging Rights 2009, the Iron Man match, one of the best Iron Man matches of all time, maybe even the best Iron Man match of all time. I think it's up there in the conversation. Not saying it is unanimously, but I think it has to be in the conversation. You know, Orton and Cena always had good chemistry together in the ring. They had a great feud and great rivalry. In 2009, their feud probably stretched out a little bit longer than it should have. I mean, them flip-flopping the title back and forth kind of got annoying at times, but, you know, Cena and Orton were two of the biggest stars in the company at the time, and, you know, they had great matches together. But this Iron Man match, I think it was the best match they had. Probably will forever be the best match in my mind they've ever had together, because they may never have another match again one-on-one. So, you know, I have to put this in my top 10 best Randy Orton matches of all time. Summer of Punk was running wild in 2011, but another great feud that happened that year on SmackDown was Randy Orton versus Christian, and that match they had at SummerSlam, oh my god, chef's kiss, man. That match they had at SummerSlam was perfection. Now, some people have always argued, you know, the feud was kind of backwards, like Randy should have been the heel chasing the title, you know, Christian should have been the babyface, but overall the feud was great, and they had great matches, and Orton and Christian had great matches together in 2011, man. Like, 2011, they had nothing but great matches, and their match at SummerSlam to end their feud was definitely the best match they had, and I still think it's a top 10 Randy Orton match of all time. Like, that SummerSlam match was just elite. This one may surprise some people that it's on my list, but 2014, The Shield and Evolution had two good matches, and I believe the better match they had was that Payback, the elimination match. And I think this was a top 10 best Randy Orton match he had in his career. I mean, the comeback of Evolution was great, but the Shield, this was their last big match together before they, you know, imploded as a group, which nobody saw coming. The Shield was the hottest thing going in WWE around that time as a group. And them sweeping Evolution after Evolution put the beat down on these guys the way they did, man, I thought they had a great match. I truly loved this match. I think it's in Randy Orton's top 10 best matches for me. I gotta put it in there. In that same year, his match against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam was a banger, man. First off, that RKO, one of the top 5 best RKOs I've ever seen. Like, when Reigns went for that spear and then he caught him mid-air with the RKO, bro. That right there, man, masterful, man. Like, this match, honestly, people should go back and rewatch if they haven't watched it in a while, man. SummerSlam 2014, this was Roman Reigns, you know, still trying to make a name for himself as a star, and Randy Orton obviously was already solidified as a legend. He's trying to do the best he can to help Roman Reigns, you know, get to that next level, and they did a tremendous job. They had great chemistry, and I'm a little surprised these two have never had any other one-on-one matches on big pay-per-views besides this one, man. Hopefully we can have some more in the future, but this match at SummerSlam 2014, no, it's a banger. We got two more left, and I'm gonna throw this one in here, man. Hell in a Cell 2018 against Jeff Hardy. One of the most underrated Hell in a Cell matches, I feel like, still to this day. I mean, this is when they debuted the Red Cell, which was, I didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of the Red Cell. I just much prefer, you know, the OG Cell, which I'm glad they brought back. But, you know, the concept of the Red Cell was very different. You know, it was unique. But, you know, I really loved the physicality, the brutality in this match. I mean, when he took that screwdriver and he put it in Jeff Hardy's ear and was twisting it around where he had his gauge and everything, oh, man, that was sickening. And then the ending when Jeff Hardy was on top of that cell and then he went through that table. Wild stuff, man. I think this is one of the top 10 best Randy Orton matches, man. Especially when it comes to brutality and all that stuff. Like, this Hell in a Cell match, it's up there for me. I think it's a very underrated Hell in a Cell match that needs more love. And this last one, not only do I believe is a top 10, this is a top 5 Randy Orton match of all time for me. This honestly is even one of my top 10 favorite matches in WWE history. I even go out and say this is probably the best match Randy Orton's ever had in his career, in my opinion, and I stand on it. The 2020 match they had, I wouldn't say it's the greatest wrestling match of all time, like WWE wanted to use that catchphrase, but the match he had against Edge at Backlash, bro, masterful storytelling, masterful just all around, from two legends just going at it in the ring. This right here was like pure wrestling to me. Pure storytelling, pure wrestling, two legends. It had everything you could ask for, man. Only thing that was kind of a downgrade was that there were no fans there because it was during a pandemic. So we didn't get a live crowd there, man. But I've gone back and rewatched this match so many times. This is one of the very few matches I've actually gone back and rewatched during the time where, there were no fans there. And I truly love this match. I honestly think it's in the conversation to be the best Randy Orton match he's ever had. Like, it's just masterful, man. This was the match of the year to me in 2020. I really think it's a top 10, top 5 best Randy Orton match of all time. And like I said, it's in the conversation to be the best to me. That may be a hot take for some people, but this match right here was perfection at its finest. That would be my 10 best Randy Orton matches. Are there some matches that I left off that you would have? Let me know in the comment section. If you want me to do some more top 10s of more Superstars matches or any top 10s as well, leave in the comment section below. I got you. Also, make sure to subscribe, like, share, turn the notifications on as well for this channel. I really appreciate the support. We're continuing to grow on the channel, step by step, so I really appreciate it, man. It means a lot, and more content to come, so be on the lookout, and I hope you guys have a great day, Mick Foley.